Yo, what's up, everybody? Jumping, yeah, and today I'm on some Outriders. This is the demo, and I gotta say, I'm actually really digging this game. I'm excited for when it finally comes out, and when I get to play the full game, because the demo is pretty short and limited, but I can definitely say I think that this game is going to be a builder's wet dream. There is a lot of ways to customize things, so I'm gonna have a field day with this. I played every class, I've liked all the classes, they're all unique. But in this video, I want to talk about the Devastator and why I say this guy, at least in the demo, is kind of OP. And I definitely will be playing him when the game comes out. He's going to be my first one. And I'm going to be showing off really just this power that is just crazy. It is reflect bullets. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the actual main game, there's going to be a lot of animals and creatures from my understanding, and you can't reflect bullets obviously if they don't shoot guns. So mainly humans this is going to be good against. But it does say that it will reflect some damage back, so I'm curious to see that. But here is an example of what I'm talking about. So this is the farm that everyone's doing. Basically you can get legendaries in the demo, and everything in the demo does carry over to the full game, so people are farming this. And this is a really easy way of getting some legendaries. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just go up my reflect bullets, and now I'm going to shoot this guy with the shotgun, and that's like the main guy you want to like take out for the legendaries. But I mean, just look at this. Look at every enemy just straight up die. It is insane on how much damage you can do to them with the reflect bullets. Now, obviously later on with the full game, maybe it's not as powerful, but I mean, this is crazy. Like, I really find this to be insane because I've played with every class and there's no other power in the game that can literally wipe out the entire mob that quickly like what the Devastator can do. Now this time I'm not going to shoot at all, I'm just going to let this guy kill himself, and as you can see, it's pretty crazy. Like, it just melts him, and I'm not shooting or anything, and yeah, I mean, most of these enemies are almost dead. I have to actually not turn around a lot with this because if I do, I might accidentally kill all the enemies. And that would suck. And that is mainly because if you do kill all the enemies while you're farming, like legit, like you have to start the whole thing over again. So you always want to just go ahead and take out the big guy, collect his loot, and then go ahead and die and start over to do the legendary farm. But yeah, reflect bullets is crazy. So let me talk a little bit about what makes it good, at least in the demo. And then I'm going to talk about like what I plan on actually doing probably for the build, which is really hard to say because I don't exactly know what's coming, like all the set bonuses, all that. I don't really know anything. I've been told a couple things because I do have a friend who played like the alpha, I guess, which it was like really long. It was like the full game basically. It was crazy from what he tells me. But he was able to play that to a certain extent. He told me a little bit about what he's seen and what he knows. So I'm going to kind of talk about that as well. But let's go ahead and just break this down. Now, the reason why that the reflect bullets is so powerful is because of a mod you can get, which I'm not sure if this mod's going to become more powerful later on, but at least for the blue rare armor from the demo, you have bullet acceleration, which is reflect bullets increases the damage by 25. Now that's just a flat number, just 25. So when the enemies are shooting at me, instead of this doing, because I'm pretty sure it does like maybe 5 damage, instead of it doing like 5 damage, now it's adding 25 to it. So it's like, okay, that's pretty good. That's a huge increase, obviously. And then the other one I'm using is from the helmet, the strongest first, which basically makes it so that any enemy with the most health takes 50% more damage. So that's why it's good against the captain and the bigger enemies, like the shotgun wielding guys from that little farm. And then also, the main one, the most important one, is actually this, which is auto reflect. Because normally with reflect bullets, you have to like hold out a field and then like you shoot all the bullets back once the field is over. This makes it so that you can trigger it and then you can free roam with it and shoot and do all that type of good stuff. This is a must. So I definitely plan on like trying to take advantage of this and use it for when the main game comes out, because I'm going to be keeping all this stuff. And then once we're able to actually use our mods properly, because in the demo we can't do anything with mods, but essentially when you break down your gear, you can get the mods out and then you can put different mods into different gear. It's going to be crazy. Like, just the amount of ways of customizing. Now, if you are curious about my chest piece, I am increasing the damage of this gravity leap, which is kind of like a charge move, which is really cool. It reminds me a lot of a Vanguard from Mass Effect, so I really like that a lot. And then my boots, I also have this, which is good, which is just reflect bullets. I increased the skills duration by 20%. So definitely, I would say, if you were looking at this, I am heavily focusing on reflect bullets. Now, a really cool weapon for the Devastator is actually the shotgun. And I'm sure there's a lot of really good weapons, but this shotgun, I got really lucky I got this. This is Golem's Limb, which is a legendary, and the mod is killing enemy will grant protective golem effect for 3 seconds. Now, the golem effect is unique to the Devastator, and then outside of that, the only way of getting it is the shotgun. But what that does is that it reduces damage that you take by 65% while it's active. This is great, especially if you are also using your golem armor itself, because this actually extends the duration of the golem armor, which is crazy. Plus, there are other things that can do that. I have to find it, but I'm pretty sure there's a chest piece mod, which will extend it by 1.5 seconds for every kill that you get. And obviously with the shotgun, that would up the time to 4.5 seconds. So that's another really cool thing about the Devastator. The sniper I have on, I just have it on because why not? Honestly, this class is close range, so the sniper kind of doesn't make any sense. But I got really unlucky, to be honest with you, and that is because 2 of the legendaries I got, they don't work. Their perks don't actually properly work. They say they should do some type of explosion effect. They don't. So unfortunately, my farming and trying to get legendaries and stuff, I got really unlucky because 2 of them were crap because they just don't work. So hopefully when the full game comes out though, they will fix these, because I know people are telling them look, these don't work, so please fix these. So let me actually now just kind of show you this reflect bullet and essentially what it does, or what it at least says, because I know some people are going to say, well, wait a minute, this will be really good against the human enemies with bullets, but this is going to suck against the creatures or melee wielding enemies, whatever. But if you actually look at it, it will say that the barrier also protects against melee attacks by reflecting some damage back. So it's hard to say how good that's going to be, but obviously with some of the legendary set bonuses and things like that from the armor, it's possible that there will probably be a set bonus for reflect bullet, and I'm excited to see what that is. Because the only set bonus I know for the Devastator, which I would say I would use potentially if it was the best one, but my friend was telling me that there is one that makes it so that Gravity Leap will get a massive cooldown. So, basically you can spam it. You just spam it all the time. So that's actually really cool because this is a kinetic power, and when I talk about the class points, you'll see why this would be good if you could have this be really fast cooldown on it, because then you can spam this. And then I would say so far I like this setup. I like having golem armor, and I like having reflect bullets because I can use this obviously against humans for some protection. It just wipes out entire mobs. It is crazy. Whenever I walk in a room and there's a bunch of enemies, if I turn this on and they're all shooting me, they all die. They just all instantly die. They just drop dead. It's crazy. And then when this is on cooldown, I can use the golem armor, and as I'm getting kills with my shotgun, I'm extending their duration. Some really cool stuff going on here. Now, all the other powers, though, I haven't used them, so I can't really say, how great they are. I'm sure they are also great, but I haven't used them yet, so I just can't say that. Now, let's just quickly talk about the class and what I plan on doing when the game comes out. My understanding is that you're going to get a limited amount of points, so maybe 20 at the most. You can definitely fill in one tree. That's going to be 100%. And the reason why I say 20 is because I think with 20 you can also maybe get some of these top perks. So what I'm going to do is I am going to focus on the top tree, okay? I've looked through these other trees and some of them are pretty cool. There's some cool stuff in the middle tree and in the bottom tree. But for me, I think the top tree is definitely going to be the way to go. This is kind of your weapon tree, so you're going to get a lot of weapon damage up here. But let me give you a couple of examples why I am excited for going down this top tree. One is this champion perk. Whenever you have a protective skill active, you get 45%, or not when it's active, but I guess whenever you use it, you get 45% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Now, like I said, my idea right now will be to use both the golem armor and the reflect bullets. So if you just take turns on using them, you basically should almost always have this effect going. And then the final perk here, once again, if it's true about that particular armor set where it will give you a massive cooldown for your gravity leap, then you can use this, which basically will give you 70% weapon damage for 10 seconds after using a kinetic ability. So even if it's not gravity leap and it's some other ability, I'm not sure, I just don't know these things. But no matter what, if there is a set bonus for the Devastator, it's going to massively reduce the cooldown of one of his abilities. And if it is a kinetic ability, you can almost always have this going. And then basically you just combine the two together, and it's going to be crazy. Also, so far I really do like shotguns, and you can get Shotgun Master up here. And I also really like the assault rifles, so you can get Assault Master up here. So there's some really, really great stuff that you can get. And I like this as well. This actually, from my understanding, I would say it gives you like damage resistance, 15% for 10 seconds after using like your leap. So that would be really cool, And yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of cool stuff up here. So I would say definitely I would go for the top trees. That's going to be my plan. And obviously I will come out with a video and I'll talk about the Devastator. That's going to be the first class I'm going to talk about. And I'll tell you what I think. Maybe everything will change. Maybe my plans will change. But as of right now, I am thinking that this will be my plan. I'm going to go down the top tree. Maybe I'll focus on these powers. I'm not sure. I'll have to test out all the other powers. But I got to tell you, that reflect bullets, man, it is crazy. And I've played with all the other classes. I've tried all their powers. And I haven't found a power that's anything like that reflect bullets. I mean, I think that it's straight up overpowered. At least against the humans for sure. It's hard to say against creatures. I'll have to see about that. Alrighty guys, well, I just wanted to make this video to kind of talk about this game and to point this out in my plans for what I'm going to do right away. So I really do hope that you have enjoyed it. And then I hope that this will help. It's hard to say, maybe it will, maybe it won't. We have to see when the game actually comes out. But I would definitely appreciate it if you could like the video for me. Be sure to subscribe for future Outriders videos. And if you do subscribe, make sure to click the bell. That way you can stay notified. That's really important on YouTube right now, so definitely do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.